Hey, what is up guys? Card Shuffler 99 here. Today I'm going to show you guys how to do the ultimate double lift. I'm sure a lot of you guys know how to do a double lift, but I'm going to show you guys what my technique is to do the double lift. And after we learn how to do the double lift, I'll teach you guys maybe some other little tips and tricks on how to get it better. So don't forget the contest. Don't forget about the contest. Just like this video, comment I want to enter, and be subscribed. And let's get to the performance of this beautiful double lift. So we just come here. We just take 2 cards here, and you can see that is 2 cards, and that is that is a double lift. And of course, you can just put it back. So not the cleanest performance. I'm not the best at double lifts, but you know, it's not the worst. Thing to do in the world, something just like that. Very simple, very quick, quite effective as well. So let's learn how to do this double lift technique. Now, the art of the double lift has existed for so long now, and there's so many ways to do it, whether it's like a push-off kind of double lift and get a break, or if it's by grabbing the corner and flipping over 2 cards. However you like to do your double lift. But I think one of the most important parts of the double lift is convincing the spectator that there's 1 card, right? And a part of that is going to be the flick, and that's one of the biggest parts, is using that flick to your advantage, right? Because anybody can just flick a card, right? They can just flick a card, but when it comes to flicking 2 cards, a lot of people know that they're going to start flashing something. So it's about learning how to flick 2 cards. That makes it work. So what you're gonna need to do is get a break under 2 cards, and you can do this any way you want. Personally, what I like to do is, if you're a righty with your left hand, what you can do is you can actually just push the deck off a little bit, just like that, with your thumb. So you're here, you make this little bevel right there, and you count down 2 cards with your thumb. A very small count right there, right? Holding this down, if you actually just lift up, you're only going to be lifting the 2 cards, right? And keep in mind, I'm lifting from the corners. Now, when you're doing this, you can see that, you're not going to be lifting any of these cards up because your thumb is holding it down. So once again, you push it off a little bit, count 2 cards, you're ready to go. Now, once you grab it by the corner, okay? Once you have it by the corner, you're going to flick it, okay? And what I like to do here is get a... Wait, what? I just like to get a good flick, right? Just something where you're just doing like this. That was terrible. But you definitely want to do it as quick as possible, okay? So there, I was doing it a little slow. So once again, you're here. You have 2 cards. You're going to flick it, okay? But you want to do this quickly, okay? Because clearly you don't want to flash that you have 2 cards, right? So you're here. You kind of do something just like that. You have them sign it. Now you can flick it back, right? Just like that. Now you don't have to do that. Now keep in mind, you cannot flick 2 cards from the top and the bottom. Usually when people reveal cards, they go like that. That will flash, right? You have to do it from the corner. You have your thumb on the bottom, and you have your middle finger up top. Your index finger can just rest there, and you just do some quick motion. And you actually you're just setting it, my bad. You're just going to set it quickly right back on top of the deck to square them up. So you're here. Right, you're here, you go just right like that, bam, that's double lift, right? To put it back, just bam, do it quickly, and of course that is a double lift. So, some tips, here, can you pass me that deck over there? With a newer deck, probably not going to work as well. Newer decks are going to be really just slippery, right? Compared to an older deck that's got a little more traction to it. So, if you're going to use a new deck, which is completely fine, it's still going to work. Now you have to do your experimenting, because I personally it's got last spring. Personally, I don't recommend using a brand new deck, okay? But let's see if I can actually get a good one here. But it does work, right? It does work. It's just that with an older deck, it's roughed up a little bit. It doesn't have to be that old, but it's gonna stick together a little bit better, I guess, with an older deck. So one more time. You're going to do a thumb count off 2 cards. You're going to grab it by the corners. Quickly, you're going to do a flick. And when I do the flick, you're doing that, and you're squaring it up immediately. And then, this is the technique, all right? You're here, you flick, and you're going to place it there with the little bevel. The reason is because there's going to be that time where you can see there's a little flash of the back card. what you would do here is this right here, putting it here will square up the sides, and to square up the bottom, you're gonna push it up, right? So that's the technique. So you're here, you count off the 2 cards, okay? You're going to do your little flick, right? Now clearly you don't want to flash it, so you gotta work on that. Push it up a little bit, and just like that, you squared up the cards. Now, and to get rid of it, you can do the same thing. Now, I am pretty bad at it, not gonna lie, but it's gonna take time, because one of the problems with flicking with the corners is that it can just spring away, just like that, right? If you don't have a good grip, the cards will just decide to spring away. So if you have some free time, just work on, they're flinging away. If you're, just sitting around, just practice flicking the 2 cards, right? Just like that. You can just do that anywhere you want, and try to get it to stick together as well as you can. Don't forget, it's gonna be done, in a quick manner, right? So something like that, right? So that's really all you need to know for the double lift. That's just one technique. We'll probably have more in the future. But thank you guys so much for watching. Card Shuffler 99. Peace out.